Alright guys, welcome back. So the solar leveling patches have just dropped, and of course the JP actual stream has also finished, and now we have official gameplay. How did it look? We're going to go through all of it today's video and kind of break it all down. Let's start off with the banner and see who's actually in it. Of course, it will be a standard 600 diamond banner where you can select all three of them at the end, and this is the banner. It's not the worst. I think so. At least for me. I mean, maybe for you lot it might be a little better, but like, I think there are some stinkers. Gelda, like, I mean, she's returned so much now, like, who actually cares? I would say probably the best thing it might just be the Sigurd, because he actually is a backline character for humans, and this basically is a full human team. So getting dupes of him is literally probably the only thing you actually care about a little bit. Committed, to be fair, that's the green one. Is that not the new one, right? She's literally the backline for unknowns, and she's or was the blue one? I can't remember which one it is. I think it might be the green one. I'm not too sure. But if that is like the newer one, then that's not the worst, because you still want to kind of get her duped out a little bit. But yeah, banner, a little bit of an L. But once again, you kind of only summon for the main characters, right? And of course, it's a part 1, so you don't have any previous characters. And the individual rate should obviously just be 0.25 for each one. So 0.7 overall with a 3% rate, which is, yeah, part 1's been the rough. Alright, let's go for the characters, because I saw a little bit of it when it was translated for JP, but once again, I wanted to wait for the English translations. Let's actually zoom in a little bit so we can see what it says. So, JIN-WOO, actually broken. I mean, all of the, to be fair, look absolutely broken. I'm not even just saying that for like YouTube clickbait. Generally, they actually look insane, and look, they all work together as well. So first, we have the Army of Shadows. Applies the Bloodlust onto all enemies for 2 turns, and applies Monarch Domain onto hero 3 turns at the start of the battle. The Bloodlust is gonna all stat decrease on your enemies, and damage. All stats is crazy, but granted, there are a few characters out there that can like kind of beam into it. Damage taken by 15%. We can see gameplay in a second. We'll see if it's actually a red debuff. I assume it's probably grey from the looks of it. The Monarch Domain, so it's the one that he actually gets, is inflict damage equal to 8% of the hero's max HP onto all enemies, and increases the human's allies' base stats by 50% and decrease the damage taken by 30% at the start of an ally's turn. So you're going to get, this is kind of meant to kind of counter the melee Ellie shield at the start of the battle, like how we have the poison effects from obviously the Emerald Shadow collaboration. He is going to just kind of just instantly, or more likely, remove the actual shield from the melee Ellie, so it's not an absolute just killer like many other teams. At the start of battle, and for each enemy hit by the hero's skills, the hero gains 3 level ups. This, by the way, sounds absolutely crazy. So much flavor. Might be one of the better designed characters in the game. We'll have to wait and see how it looks in game, because he's actually going to level up mid-game, which is sick, right? So yeah, at the start of battle, and for each enemy hit by the hero skills, so bear in mind, if he hits 3 people with the infect, which we'll go through later on, that should count as 3 level ups, I assume, right? So yeah, each time you hit someone, you're going to gain 3 level ups, and with every 10 level up, you're going to grant 50% damage suppression. So when you gain for 1 turn, so when you gain from level 10, 20, and 30, you're going to get 50% damage cap. So you get that 3 times, which is crazy. Max level 100, reset at the end of battle. That is more like flavor, right? I think that's what it's meant to be. Like, of course it resets at the end of battle, but like, it's meant to be cool. Does he go to like 130? Like level? Like does he actually go towards a higher level in game? That would be insane. The level up bus, which is going to apply to himself, so of course level up, which is also going to give stuff towards the character, which is damage up by 4%, base stats by 1%. So if he gets what, 100 of them, right? He's going to have 100% base stats, and then 40% damage dealt. No, max level. Okay, 30% base stats, and then also 120 damage dealt. Yo, when the hero uses a skill, Bloodlust is applied towards the target for 2 turns. When the hero uses an attack skill other than the ultimate to deal damage on the enemy with the Bloodlust, the target takes additional damage equal to 50% of the final damage. So he has death damage, right? But you do have to use a skill beforehand and then do a well, I guess it's just attack skill. Oh, to that, yeah, this is a debuff skill, right? So it doesn't work. So yeah, you have to use. It's just when you use a skill. So if you do the AoE, you apply the enemies with the actual Bloodlust, right? And then you go follow up with the actual single target skill, which would then do the additional damage. So he's got it like almost every single time, which is crazy. If an enemy with Bloodlust uses an attack skill on JIN-WOO, on their turn, the skill coefficient decreases by 4%. Oh wow, okay. So the idea a little bit, the way you want to play around it is once they attack him, so turn 1, you start first, you have 50% extra damage with the actual single target skill, right? But then the whole team basically has to attack into him to actually get it so they don't deal 50% damage extra towards the character, so it then goes under 10%. So you'll see later on we get towards, obviously, Chai-Hei, I think you say pronounce the name right. She doesn't want to get attacked. So while Sung Jin-Woo doesn't necessarily have a taunt skill, there is an incentive to actually attack him, which means you're not going to attack, obviously, Chai-Hei, which means she's not going to lose her actual AoE evasion. It's crazy. So then we have the actual Mutilate, which inflicts mutilate damage equal, and it does not trigger a crit. So, so it's, like the old skill. Mutilate is 3 times pierce rate and additional damage equal to 75% of the crit. Okay, fair enough. And of course, just classic AoE infect. You can't go wrong. Oh, it's infect and weak point. Raw. Okay, that's crazy actually. Because we know weak point is like one of the better skills in the game. I say that. We just had obviously, may rest in peace, Pelagard, who didn't do that much in the AoE weak point. But you know he's going to have some crazy skills, man. I'm not going to lie. And also the ultimate applies the Bloodlust, because obviously you only have it for 2 turns on the passive, and in the ultimate is then going to apply it to replay it again, and then you're going to get all the other passive, and it's basically an AoE of the single target. So is it a heavy dupe skill? For the looks of it, not really. So you do need to get the character to 2/6 because you want that 50% damage cap, which he gets for his unique, right? But he doesn't have that 1/6. You do literally need 2 copies of him, but it's just flat 50. The additional damage that you do through the final damage, and bear in mind it always increases or decreases 10%, but it is 30% at level 1, and it then goes to, I'd say 360 where you want to get him. Like, if you plan to not fully main him, if you're like a Sung Jin-Woo fan, you're going to obviously 6/6 him, right? But like, I say 360 is the fair point, because, well, I guess obviously 5/6 to get to 50%. Wrong. All right, next character, S rank hunter, Chai-Hei. We have a obviously human blue character. If I did actually mention it, but yes, Sung Jin-Woo's dark type, insane. We'll talk about why that's important later on. But let's go through her. I haven't actually seen her too much. So if all allies in battle are actually humans, so very important, you have to run a full human team. The hero is going to gain the Fragment of Glory and debuff immunity for 1 turn at the start of battle. The Fragment of Glory is 60% crit damage, stacks up to 4 times. So that's 120 times 2. So it's obviously 240. When a human ally uses a human ally, so you can be your actual Sung Jin-Woo as well, and I guess we'll go towards Beru later on. So when a human ally uses a single target attack skill during the ally's turn, the hero is also going to get a Fragment of Glory. So yeah, you don't have to actually use her, she'll still get some buffs a little bit. Every single time the hero gains a Fragment of Glory, the human ally's base stats are going to increase by 7%, limit towards 3 times. Kind of weird a little bit. I mean, granted, it's not hard to do like single target skill for your characters, but like normally characters have like just a flat base stat increase, right? All right, so if the hero stacks of glory affect the maximum number of times, so it stacks up to 3 times. So when it stacks up to 3 times, all instances of the effects are removed, and the hero gains the Blade of Glory for 3 turns. Blade of Glory is attack rate up by 30%, damage dealt with single target by 100%, but is also removed when the attack target is defeated. Okay, so she has this for 3 turns, but when you kill someone with her, so I guess you don't want to, I guess maybe, see, what if you make a 1 HP and then you kill it with like Sung Jin-Woo, right? Does she remove it? Does she actually lose the buff? If she does, then you can continue it and maybe get another kill. But to be fair, these buffs are like it's probably going to one-shot most characters anyway. We see it in the stream later on. And this is the craziest one. If the hero's HP is full, the hero evades all attack skills other than ultimates. The hero also gains a Fragment of Glory upon evading. So that's kind of what we say about Jin-Woo, right? That's why they work well together. Turn 1, your whole team needs to attack him. And you can't do AoE skills to try and get her down because she evades them. So you literally have to do... See, yeah, trying to attack her while also attacking Sung Jin-Woo to get the damage dealt, that's going to be a nightmare combo, honestly. What else is there? So that's going to be the passive there. We then have the Sword's Rain. Inflict light speed damage equal to 5% attack onto 1 target. 2 times crit chance. Damage dealt for each fragment on the hero. 2 times crit damage when the hero has... Oh, wow. So it has... What is it? 100% attack rate, or 5% attack rate stats, you're more likely going to be critting. And you also have 2 times crit damage, because you basically like a little spike. This one we have to wait and see. So this looks boring. Remove buffs from 1 enemy. But like in the meta right now, it's very relevant. And it should obviously remove a buff on a single target skill. And I mean, to be fair, with all the attack buffs, she's probably going to do a lot of damage anyway. Light Barrage gains 3 fragments and then just does, yeah, this is what you love doing now. You just make the actual AoE ultimate the single target skill. Then we have Beru. This guy looks crazy, by the way. So he's unknown, but The hero is given the additional race of human when participating in battle with the darkness attribute hero. So yes, he actually is a human character if you use him with Sung Jin-woo. Unreal. That's such like cool flavor. Love that she's done that. Also increases applicable allies base stats by 5% for each, obviously, participant battle, which is unknown race. So you can actually still use him in an unknown team, but you can also get Sung Jin-woo. So to be fair, he's increasing Sung Jin-woo's base stats, but he's not increasing Chahae, right? Because she's not unknown and she's not Sung Jin-woo, so she's not getting the base stats there, but it's fair, right? The hero gains the consume effect for 2 turns and taunts. Oh, so he does taunt. Okay, it's even better, because now, yeah, you can't literally single target Chahae, and then you can't even single target the actual Sung Jin-woo. Oh my god, they actually work so well together. This is actual unreal characters. At the start of the battle, so EW starts second, and then the consume buff as well is just 20% attack rate stats. Taunt all enemies for 1 turn if the hero uses 2 single targets in an ally's turn. And if you actually look at skills, they actually... Oh, he's got Amplify. It's insane. No way. Inflicts heroes... Yo, this is a crazy character. Okay, hang on. He was meant to be like the mid one, but no, he's actually crazy. So he can keep applying taunts. He gets a taunt at the start of battle too, which is obviously, I think, might be a blue buff. We'll have to wait and see. If the hero's HP falls below 1 during the enemy's turn while the consume effect is still active, limit once per turn. By the way, you read the right, per turn, not per game. So how do you get the actual consumer buff? The hero gains the consume buff effect for 2 turns at the start of the battle. So he's only got for... So if he dies turn 1 and turn 2, he can't die turn 1 and turn 2, right? Or he can die if you kill him twice in 1 turn. The hero recovers HP equal to 100% of max HP, so he just 4 heals. And gains 5% attack rate stats, 8% crit damage up to, or each up to 2 times for 3 turns. The hero also gains the absorb ability effect when the consume is removed. So what's the absorb ability? The absorb ability is all stat increase, 7%. Deals damage with single target by 5% stacks up to 3 times. Or if the hero has the consume effect at the start of the turn. Okay. Oh, so he just gets it anyway. The hero covers HP equal to 50% of max HP and gains the absorbability effect when the hero defeats an enemy. Okay, so we can actually recycle these absorbs, right? Single target skill inflicts consume, which is just 3 times pace rate, 2 times crit damage, and he obviously gets a lot of attack rate stat or just all stats as well. And yeah, this one's crazy because I saw in the gameplay, we'll go for in a second. He actually has like a lot of buffs. And just so you lot know, right? This is like Rugal. It's not a revive. He doesn't revive. When he drops below 1 HP, he then full heals. It's not the same as reviving. If you revive, you lose every buff. He's healing himself. So all those buffs you stack up for the Amplify, you're still going to have them, which is unreal. And of course, the actual... ultimate increases attack rate stats by 50%, gains the consume effect. Okay, yeah, so literally single target AoE, same thing, right? Does Chaya have any actual like basic stats? Okay, she's very decent at 1/6, like 5% to 7%. It's fine, whatever. You're probably not gonna get his ultimate anyway. And for him, his attack rate stat increase from 20% to 30, not the worst. HP recovery when revived. Oh, that is a heavy dupe requirement. Yeah. That is a dupe character, bro. Because you cannot really use him. Or you can actually kill him a little bit. Like, especially with Sung Jin-woo, who obviously... Remember, by the way, since he's not reviving and he's not removing his buffs, that also means he's not removing his debuffs. So Sung Jin-woo will actually probably wreck him. Because you have the extra additional damage, unless obviously it attacks him. So you'll be able to probably bypass the actual HP recovery, even probably at 100%, but easy at like 4/6 even. You really got to get that to 5/6, 6/6. I mean, this is... Look, this is going to be a new team. This is a crazy team. Basically, is a human team, but not really a little bit. I mean, kind of is, but you kind of want to use all 3 of them. So it's just kind of the solo leveling team a little bit. But you want to really, to be fair, have all 3 of them. Sung Jin-woo at least like 4/6. Alright, now that we know what the characters do, let's check out the gameplay because these are... So yeah, that's the aura effect, by the way. OCD of immunity. And you get the actual stare, which is so cool, like visually, right? Okay. So the goddess actually started first. So they're doing AoE skills. So she's actually evading it. And also giving her the buff too. So once she gets 3, she's going to stack up. To be fair, they are taking a lot of damage. But Beru still has the actual, like, the 4 heal basically, right? To be fair, what if he doesn't... Does he not cleanse? We have to wait and see. So she has the 3 buffs now. So I think when she uses 1 more, she's going to gain the glory. But yeah, I think at Beru, what if you get to 1 HP, does he actually heal or is infect? We'll see. Also, we just go back a little bit. We can actually see, it's the first time I've seen animation. You can see right there, a little bit unfortunate. Probably he needs to get more max HP, more stats built up, right? Because he's a low level. And he actually does. Look at that. He's 103. That's crazy. So he's literally the highest level character in the game. He goes to 130 in game. That's so sick. But yeah, you can see right now, it was enough to break the shield at low level, but I think it should. I think in most cases it probably will though. Okay, that's the Icarus, like AoE infect. Oh, and then you get the additional damage. Wow. And it's obviously the 1% because obviously Mael. It's not bad damage though. He's meant to be a tank character a little bit, but you can see he's got them buffs, right? Because when he uses, did I actually go through the skills? I kind of looked over the Amplify skill, but yeah, it's Amplify, but he increases basis stats and then inflicts it. So no matter what, when you use this skill, he's going to get 3 of those buffs. How crazy is that? Like, how far have we come for that? I mean, to be fair, you can just have, like, what normal people have a little bit, where, like, if you gain an ult gauge, you get, like, or move a score rank up, like how my did. You get the rank up, you get the actual tier 3 or the auto-based stat stuff, but he can do something similar. All right, so now we're going to see him probably likely die here, but he's going to res. So, Chai is still evading, by the way, and he's also got damage cap too, and then the single target's going to kill, but he 4 heals. Unfortunately, look, you see, he still has debuffs on, by the way. So, like, I think if you have Infect, you might be able to still kill. And he got all those stats, and all those stats do count. Like, all the crit and attack rate stat stuff does count as a buff. So now he's going to actually wreck. Bro, I don't think he needs JIN-WOO. And you can see he's 112. I think Beru might be able to carry, you know. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. So she kills now, she loses it. 700k on a tier 1. I know it's good. But yeah, look at that. That's the Amplify buff, right? It is. Alright. How much damage is Infect doing? Some pretty good damage. And then... Oh, look at the level up effect. That's so sick. That's actually so sick. Oh, so yeah, he's got a maid outfit. Alright, what's else in the patch notes? So we have the relics, which we always going to get to cover. All stats of the hero is going to increase by 5% for each. All stats, by the way, is crazy. Not even base stats. For each human, participant, and ally in the battle, so you're going to have 50%. When a human ally dies, all stats of the hero is increased by 10%. Okay, so you're going to lose the 5%. And then you're going to gain 5, right? Because you lose 5 and then you gain 5. So you still have some stats for even when people start dying. Then you're going to even get stronger when you die, right? Increase human ally based stats by 5% for each one particular battle. Okay, to be fair, she already increased it by 7%. But she already has a 50% base. Does have to be in the front though, so unfortunately on the sub slot. And then Beru is the hero's damage taken decreased by 4% for 2 turns whenever the hero's HP reaches max. Okay. Get up to 10 forgotten one-step evolutions that can be attained through the boss battle and Ant 1. I don't think you can use this on Collab characters. And it takes it to level 90, right? This is probably one of the coolest things, right? There is an Ant Cave Rave, which I think is apparently based off one of the episodes in Season 2. And it's actually like a whole new game mode. On this defense, we'll probably see it more down there. You can see that's kind of cute. Chaos Battle's back too. We don't care about that. These are outfits, you haven't seen them. Whatever. I mean, look, I know always like the standard outfits. Chai probably got some better ones. I like the green one, but the GOAT has got the maid outfit. Or do you think everyone's gonna actually like? I'm literally just gonna use that one. I don't think I'm even buy the relics. All right, guys, it's gonna wrap up today's video. That's the full breakdown, a little bit of the patch notes and the update coming tomorrow. Remember, we're definitely gonna be summoning. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see JIN-WOO too much actually in like the little showcase we got him. Right, he didn't even get to 130. Barely did anything on his team, which shows how powerful the team is in itself. The fact that Chahe and just Beru was doing most of the work, right? Imagine if he was actually fighting back a little bit, which is, I think, kind of fitting a little bit. So, yeah, guys, let me know if you're excited. Are you going to be summoning? I think it's a lot to invest into. I can't lie, though. But it's definitely, you have to summon, man. It's one of the better collabs, probably the best collab we've gotten. They actually do really, really fun. An actual full-on team as well. Even if you don't plan to main him for, like, the longest time, doing 1 or 2 rotations on this banner, probably get all 3 of them, hopefully, if you're lucky. I wouldn't say lucky. If you're unlucky, you have to do 2 rotations to get all 3 of them. Because remember, none of them are actually free. But yeah, just getting them and just having fun with them for the next 2-3 weeks or so is actually pretty cool. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching the video. And yeah.